All right. And today we are going to be looking at a video that I honestly thought was very interesting to talk about because I kind of thought this was funny a couple minutes in. So we're gonna watch this shit, or at least half of it, and bruh, this just I can't wait to see this.
Charlie Zelenov is the
I've already watched most of the video, by the way, but god damn it, man, I had to put some commentary on this.
self-proclaimed pound for pound best boxer in the world, with a
Stop.
record of 341 wins and 0 losses.
See, when I first saw this shit, I already know that this nigga was blowing smoke out his ass. Like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. No boxer in the history of history has that many wins and 0 losses. It's just not fucking possible. Unless you are like the top 0.1% of fighters that do or did, you know? Or unless the people that they were putting in the ring with you were just really fucking shit. like, like no, bro. Mike Tyson, he had a lot of wins, but he had only a couple losses too. Muhammad Ali, same type of shit, man. Like, fucking greatest boxers of all time. There is only a small percentage of boxers that have had all those wins but 0 losses. And god damn it, it has never been this fucking high. That's why I have said that this dude, yeah, this dude's blowing smoke out his ass because, nigga, me personally, I don't know the biggest amount about boxing, right? Even though I do watch a lot of fucking boxing. Been watching boxing since I was very, very, very fucking young, and I actually like a lot of forms of contact sports anyway. At one point, I did train to wrestle as well, and I did do flag football when I was a kid and all that, but it was like just I do like to watch MMA and boxing every now and then, right? I even like to watch wrestling, both the Olympic kind as well as my favorite, the theatrical kind, the wrestling entertainment, that shit, right? I do like contact sports. But yes, I do love watching boxing and mixed martial arts. And one of these days, you know what? Fuck it. I will probably try it. Maybe if I really feel like it. But then again, I don't want to do that kind of because I don't want all the brain damage and fucking brain altering issues that come with that. Because listen, my mind is already fucked up enough as it is. It doesn't need the physical damage to go with it. All right. I'm not about I'm not about to try to end up like Chris Benoit or anything. Rest in peace to his family. But and him. So I'm not trying to end up with no CTE or no brain damage or no shit like that. So I just tend to stay away from that type of shit to where I can get that. But I mean, boxing, yeah, I'll try it. I'll definitely do it. I feel like I'll be pretty great at it. But like, wrestling and all that, I might even do that, to be honest. Like probably get on do one of these matches in like New Japan Pro Wrestling and put on like a 5-star classic. Hell yeah, I'd probably do that, or at least try it for a little bit, and yeah, I'd totally be down to do that if I had the money and the time to do so, but I don't. So, you know, but nah, as soon as I heard this shit right here, like a couple seconds into the video, I already knew this nigga, whoever he was, who said this, he was blowing smoke out his ass, because that's literally fucking impossible unless the people that they're putting you in the ring with are just very shitty, or you're like the top 0.1% of fighter, which you're not.
He's taken on some of the best boxers
Because if you were, there's a good chance I probably most likely have heard of you.
in the world, like Deontay Wilder and Floyd Mayweather, and he's won. So with all this,
Get the fuck out of here, man. As soon as I fucking heard him say that, I was like, nah, this nigga's bullshitting, because if that was the case, I would know who he is. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, he just stays blowing smoke out his ass, just huffing his own fucking farts, copium, whatever, That nigga got the brain rot. Like, nah, bro. Cause maybe in a dream, but in real life, fuck no. Especially no fucking Deontay Wilder. You fucking serious? That nigga will knock your fucking soul out your body. Not like Mike Tyson will do, but he'll definitely come close to it. Fuck, god damn it, like hell no. I'm no Deontay Wilder, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. If that was the case, I'd know who you were.
You might be thinking, how have I never heard of this guy? Well, it's because he took a page out of Steven Seagal's martial arts playbook.
Ah, yes. This nigga right here took a special advice from the Steven Seagal handbook. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who Steven Seagal is, which, I mean, to be fair, I don't know that much about him too, other than he is a washed up 80s action movie star, which I really got to put that word star lightly because he wasn't really that much of a star. Like, he only had maybe what, like 2 or 3 good movies. But then after that, like, he kind of just like disappeared for a while, I guess. And then, like, I know more so about recent Steven Seagal more than I know about past Steven Seagal, and he's apparently trained in Aikido and all this other shit, even though I'm very, very sure that Aikido, the thing that he specializes in, and I gotta put it in air quotations because obviously that shit is fake. Like, listen, I've seen some of these Aikido tournaments and all this other bullshit, and it's like, yeah, there's no fucking way that shit's actually effective. I don't believe that, like, for a second. Like, there's no fucking way. Especially the one where Steven Seagal was at the shit. And I also heard, and remind you, I've heard, but I can't really confirm this, but apparently in some Aikido circles or, matches, it's considered rude to fight back. Which, I don't know if that's true or not, because I cannot confirm or deny that. But honestly, I mean, yeah, Aikido is kind of, I if I remember correctly, it's not an effective martial art. You know, it's not as effective as something like, say, Muay Thai or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or, fucking Sambo or just some shit like that. You know, like, it's not as effective. You know, it's just, but I mean, yeah, yeah, this can't be good.
There's an old Zen story of 2 monks that were walking across a bridge, and the junior monk said to...
I actually watched a video from Call Me Kevin on this nigga Steven Seagal, bro, and it was fucking hilarious because it's like you really think that sometimes you think that, like, you just seen it all in life, and you see that people can't really be this fucking delusional, right? Like some people more than others, it's just like, bruh, he's doing it to himself at this point. But, like, you think that people just, you think that you've seen delusional people, and it just, like, the people, the world just keep on fucking surprises you. The world surprises you with all the bullshit that human beings do, say, and really believe. It's honestly very fascinating. Just human nature in general. And just how some people are just very much into their own delusion. It's incredible. But at the same time, those same delusional people are usually very successful. So I can say something. I mean, I'm still going to shit on them because a lot of them, sometimes they're horrible fucking people. Like Steven Seagal. Also pathological liars. Like Steven Seagal here. Like Steven Seagal is just this motherfucker he's built different, but not in a good way.
His teacher, he said, he's
kind of built like some melted ice cream.
And the other monk picked him up and threw him
left
in the
out
water.
in the sun.
And lied about basically his entire martial arts career. He claims to be undefeated, but only has 1 recorded professional fight in which he lost to a guy with a 1-13 record. Instead of holy shit, that is pathetic.
Bro, how the fuck do you? Oh my god, that is incredible.
Boxing, Charlie is.
I think it was probably one of those bum fights or something. What did that shit's called? Like yeah, fucking bum fights or some shit. It's just, there is no fucking way.
Taken to fighting people in his local Planet Fitness to advance his career, even founding his own boxing league, of which he's, of course, the champion. He's the pound-for-pound boxing king, the best boxer of all time. Oh, and by the way, he got a restraining order put on him by Kim Kardashian. YouTube boxing is something that has exploded in the past few years. What originally started as kind of a joke is now not so much. I mean, Jake Paul vs. Tommy Fury did 800,000 pay-per-view buys. But back in the day, all that was available online were videos of two dudes fighting in a Florida backyard.
My boy, rest in peace to the man, the myth, the legend, Kimbo Slice. This nigga right here also was a pretty good chunk of my time on YouTube back in the day. I honestly used to love watching Kimbo Slice fight in the backyard back in the day, bruh. Rest in peace to that man, though. This nigga right here is a fucking legend. OG Florida man. Like, yeah, and them niggas was just getting down, not in just the backyards, but just outside. Like, sometimes near fucking airport hangars and fucking just different people's yards, just literally outside. Like, and them niggas was just getting it in, bruh. Like Kimbo Slice, you can see why he had his name. Like, that nigga Kimbo Slice was definitely a different type of beast, you know? But he definitely, if he had, like, better conditioning and shit, like, yeah, hell yeah, he'd definitely be unstoppable. But rest in peace to Kimbo Slice. I heard his son does MMA and shit now. I need to check out his shit, see if he's good.
Funnily enough, some of these guys went far in their fighting careers, most notably Kimbo Slice and Jorge Masvidal.
My boy Kimbo Slice, man, rest in peace. Man, myth, legend, OG Florida man.
Vidal. Charlie was not one of these people. Born in Los Angeles, California, Charlie started his own boxing career where all good boxers do, shitposting on forums about fights that never happened. Charlie would brag, talk smack, and lie on these forums, as was customary. But Charlie took it a step further, calling out big names in the fight game like Chuck Liddell, even approaching the former UFC champion and asking him to fight.
Sorry about the guy with the belt, Charlie Z, when you were walking at the mall with your family and he put down his belt and called you out for a fight?
You know, that guy said something, but you know, actually, he asked for a picture at the end. I mean, he never even really challenged me. I seen video of him. It's funny.
Charlie would eventually...
Funny? I wouldn't really say funny. I'd say kind of like gloriously pathetic. You know what? That's going to be the title of this video. This man is gloriously pathetic, and I have never heard about him until now. I know that sounds kind of long, but you know what? It has a nice ring to it.
Actually put his money where his mouth was and finally have an actual recorded fight. Prior to this, it was all from the horse's mouth. That horse being Charlie. The fight would be with a man named Andrew Hartley. So if you didn't know this, boxing has a thing where...
Ah, yes. Against a meth head. I'm sorry, I'm just assuming by appearance because he has damn near no fucking teeth. But then again, like, listen, I live in Topeka, all right? We got a lot of fucking meth heads here. So don't say anything about me for judging this man based off his appearance, all right? He looks like a fucking meth head. You know? Might as well take the rest of them teeth out. Or maybe he just has a fucked up gingivitis stay and he just got, I don't know. Or maybe he just got all his teeth knocked out from all the losses he took. I couldn't tell you. And he just doesn't have good dental care.
Where serious boxers will basically fight bums so that they can pad their record and make themselves look better. These bums are known as cans or tomato cans because their job is just to get crushed. It's why 37% of the top boxers in each weight division are undefeated compared to only 6% in the top 10 of MMA. Andrew Hartley was a tomato can. His job was essentially to get knocked out so people could pad their records. At the time of fighting Charlie, he only had 1 win and 13 losses.
Jesus.
Despite this, during their fight, Andrew pieced up Charlie bad, even knocking him him through the ropes at one point.
I mean, I could see why the dude, like, I mean, yeah, he's piecing Cuz up right now, but it's like, I could see why the dude lost, because whoever his trainer is, if he even had one, he's got a bad fucking trainer. Just the way that he's throwing his punches, like, of course he's gonna lose 13 fights. You know, just like, his technique is very bad. They're swinging very wildly, you know? Like, they're not even, like, twisting their hips or, like, really, like, putting their shoulder into it. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you punch somebody, like, there's good form of punching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry. I'm not no professional boxer by any means. But even I know how to throw punches. Even I know how to, like, duck, weave, box, all that shit naturally. Because I've been doing it for years, which I didn't have a choice. I had to learn how to fight early on. So I know some of these things. But it's like, nah. Just the way that they throw the punches, it's just like, of course he's going to lose 13 fights. When you throwing punches like that, like they're throwing them so fucking wildly, and there's no sort of like ill intent behind those punches. Like when I throw a punch at somebody, or when I throw a punch at somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm twisting my hips, you know what I'm saying? I mean, rotating my hips and everything, you know, making sure that my shoulders and everything is locked. I'm making sure I'm getting the full fucking power of all of my fucking punches, regardless if I'm throwing jabs or whatever. And also, you can't, when you punch somebody, when you're out here fighting like that, your head can't be stationary. It's got to be moving along with, you know what I'm saying, your hands. And on top of that, your hands can't be stationary, which is why you got to, you know, move around a little bit with your hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, yeah, they kind of watching your hands, but it's like, hey, just, I mean, I'm just giving you some tips. You also got to, you know, make sure that you know, your hands up to your chin, all that other bullshit. You feel me? Also, just, if you fighting multiple dudes at once, just either you run, or you just try to, grab the dude who is closest to you and just try to maybe push him into the other niggas or them other like you gotta be coordinated, not coordinated, but it's like when you getting packed out or you getting jumped, you really gotta fight hard, bro. But also you gotta know what's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure them niggas don't get the drop on you. But it's easier said than done. But nah, bro. Like there's proper ways of throwing punches, and that boxing, them punches were very sloppy. They were very wildly thrown, and it's like, no. Like even me, I do boxing drills most of my days, like almost damn near every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? I try to do boxing drills and learn how to punch more effectively, how to use my body, you know what I'm saying, my legs, take a step forward and all that, get the full force of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that I fully get all the fullest force of my power into my fucking punches. You know what I'm saying? Also learn how to, you know, duck, weave, all that other shit, you know, combos and all that. I practice that shit every day, and I try to learn as much as I can, bruh. So that I don't get caught slipping out here. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I already know how to fight for myself, and I know how to fight very well nowadays. But a lot of niggas just can't fight. Like, we just gonna have to call that shit for what it is. Like, a lot of niggas cannot fight for shit. I've seen it, and the worst part is, niggas can't even throw punches. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can't even throw punches. Even some of the times when I was in juvenile, I only got jumped maybe like one time. I only got jumped like once, right? And them niggas was hitting me. While them niggas was hitting me and shit, like, and I was fighting back still. I was fighting very fucking hard. But it's like, when they was hitting me, it didn't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was because maybe my fucking head or whatever was so goddamn thick, or whatever the case is. And maybe I just had a strong, like, head and face or whatever. Because I didn't really feel much of it that at that moment. Maybe it was because of the adrenaline, I don't know. But when them niggas was really like trying to punch on me or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? When they were throwing them punches, it was like I was just straight up eating them shits. I was, of course, throwing my punches as well. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting hella hard, but I didn't really suffer anything after that because them niggas were fucking weak apparently. Like them niggas was jumping me and I didn't feel much. Maybe it's just because either they were very fucking weak and they didn't know how to throw hands properly, or maybe I was just that much of a fucking unit, which it could be one or the other, or it could be both. Because, but then again, I honestly just, I don't know. That day, it just like, bruh. Because it felt like it, like, I'm not trying to say that it seemed tough or anything. Like, no, bro. It just felt like it was kind of like a bunch of like 10-year-olds hitting me. I don't know. Maybe it was because they just didn't know how to throw punches, or maybe it was because I was just an absolute unit. Because even back then, when I was in juvenile, I was still in pretty good shape, you know? And after I got out, I lost like maybe 10 or 15 pounds because I was working out damn near every fucking day while I was there anyway, you know? But, like, nah, bro. Niggas just can't fight, bro. Niggas just can't fight. They can't throw punches or nothing, bro. Like, niggas don't know how to block it. None of that shit, man. It's like, no, bro. That's why, like, you know, I'm so fucking confident, like, nowadays, because it's like, I know how to fight, and it's like, I know how to put niggas in chokeholds and everything. I know how to throw hands. My ground game is pretty dope. Like, I know how to fight, bro. And it came from trial and error as well as learning new shit and all that. Like, nah, bro. That's why I'm so confident now. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing how to throw hands and knowing how to throw hands efficiently definitely gave me some of my confidence. But aside from all that, like, yeah, niggas can't fight these days, man. But them punches that he was throwing was fucking abysmal. If it was me in there, you know, throwing them throwing punches, like nah. You think that I was somewhat of a professional, but no, I'm not. Like, nah, bro, I'm trying to break somebody's ribs with my punches.
Charlie got frustrated and spit his mouthpiece out. The referee gave Charlie a warning that he'd be disqualified if it happened again. Surely enough, Charlie kept doing it and was disqualified. Although it's likely he would have lost anyway by TKO or decision. But because it was a DQ, the loss didn't count, so Charlie, in his mind, was still undefeated. Before we continue with the video, I just want to thank brokers exposing have to just do it all frontal concept and will keep last win of inscription right now to start your free 2-week trial. This was the last win of Andrew Hartley's career, and he'd go on to retire after losing 15 more fights after this.
Yeah, god damn. God damn. Horrible.
With a record of 2 wins.
Hope he's doing all right though.
And
hopefully he's not a piece of shit.
28 losses. Charlie decided pro boxing wasn't for him, so he went to the amateur circuit to pad his record. And by amateur circuit, I mean challenging people to fights in his local gym. Basically what Charlie would do was challenge people to a light sparring match, or even just asking them to drill techniques with him, typically with little to no contact. People accept, only to get sucker punched by Charlie when they're not ready.
Planes. Multiverse.
Yeah, this dude. Yeah, fuck all that. Like, nah, bro. You don't do this type of shit, bro. Like, that is so fucking rude and inconsiderate. Like, listen, bro. I get like asking somebody for a sparring match, but you don't do this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that like hard sparring is a thing, but nah, I don't think this is what they meant, bro. Like, these niggas just minding their business, thinking they finna get like a little friendly sparring match, which, I mean, yeah, I understand. I mean, like, adrenaline is high and all that, but like, bruh, could you imagine a nigga like this coming up to me looking like a fucking meth head at a McDonald's, you know, that hasn't eaten in like fucking 10 years, right? Imagine a nigga like this coming up to me in a gym, right? I'm minding my own fucking business. This nigga challenged me to a little sparring match or whatever, friendly sparring or whatever. And, you know, I accept or whatever, even though I probably wouldn't because nigga got the camera on me and shit. And I'm at the gym. I'm trying to work out, trying to get these motherfucking sessions in. But, you know, I be, you know, let me humor this nigga real quick, see what this nigga got. I don't know. But then and you know, and then he says that, oh man, you know, I'm not gonna hit you for real or whatever, right? But I'm still gonna have my guard up regardless, you know, because I'm not fucking gullible. But this nigga hits me, right? And then almost immediately I throw one of the hardest fucking one of the hardest goddamn uppercuts or fucking body shots, hit him square in the fucking ribs, and he goes down almost immediately. And he is clutching that shit, you know, ready to throw the goddamn towel in. And as soon as he's on that ground, pow, hit him in the face with a devastating fucking uppercut. Or not even an uppercut, but just a devastating ass right hook. Because my right hook, my right hand is the strongest hand that I have. And you're going to see it in real life because my right arm as well as my forearm is actually slightly bigger than the other arm that I have. Which, I mean, they're basically damn near the same size. But, like, in real life, though, you can tell which arm is the strongest one that I have, which is my right. I'm right-handed. I guess my right arm, right? It's my strongest one. I hit him with my strongest fucking arm in the face. Probably break his jaw or his nose, you know, because when I be fighting, I put full force into my even my jabs, even my lightest shit. I make sure I get the most amount of power out of it, but I also don't tire myself out too quickly. But I make sure that when I do throw a punch, I make sure I put everything I got into it and make sure that they're gonna feel that shit, even after the fight ends. You know, but that's just me personally. But nah, I would totally fuck this dude up in an actual fight. So, like, nah, bro. This is rude. This is a stupid thing to do. Like, you can't just go. It's just very inconsiderate. You know, you got to think about some of the other people around you when you're doing shit like this. But when you're somebody delusional like this, you don't think about other people. You know, in this sense, like, I hate being disturbed in general, but I absolutely hate it being disturbed, especially in the gym of all places. Like, I go to the gym to escape a lot of things. I go to the gym to get anger out. I go to the gym to work out, improve my body. Also because the better I look, the better I feel. Honestly, you know, that's just how I am. I am somebody who is very much, I think very highly of myself, and I hold myself to a higher standard than others. And which means that I like to take care of myself. I like to make sure that my body is very much healthy. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. Not super quadruple healthy to where it's like it's a fucking job. But I want to make sure that I'm strong and that I'm physically fit to where it'll come in handy when I fucking need it, you know? Because I don't want to be fat out here. I'm trying to be, you know, nice and, you know, a little muscular, you know what I'm saying? Probably out here built like 50 Cent low-key, you know, or maybe like LL Cool J, you know? But not too fucking big to where it's like I can barely fucking move. Like, no. I like to be pretty decently sized, like pack on maybe like 10 or 15 pounds, 15 more pounds of muscle, maybe 20, and then I'll be all right. You know, I'm honestly trying to get to like my genetic peak as far as like fitness goes. I'm trying to get to my genetic peak to where it's like physically I have peaked and I am as strong as I can possibly fucking be, and I, you know, have the potential to be as strong as my genetics will allow me to be. You know, as well as being, you know, somewhat very much athletic and being able to do shit, because you never know when it's going to come in handy. You know, I'd rather have a body that is built for a function over, you know, looking amazing. You know, if it does happen to look amazing, then yeah, it's a byproduct of that. But, you know, I'm not trying to be out here looking like a fucking Instagram model. I'm just trying to be goddamn strong and fast as possible, reaching my limits, and regardless of how I look, you know, as long as I'm healthy and, you know, I'm not on any other bullshit, then honestly, I honestly don't really care that much. You know, I'd still, you know, like, if I happen to look great because of it, then that's just a bonus. But me personally, when I do fitness, I do it to feel good, as well as look good, of course, but be physically fucking strong so that I will not be no fucking victim like everybody else out here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do certain shit. Also, I just like to be strong. And, you know, it also does boost a little bit of my ego as well. So, there's that. It's also a bonus.
Yeah, sparring or you sparring or you?
They give up, and Charlie calls this a win. It usually ends in one of two ways: Charlie cheap-shotting the person, or him getting absolutely destroyed by somebody. Even worse than this was Charlie offering to teach them some boxing techniques, them agreeing, then Charlie assaulting them until they told him to stop. I just...
Yeah, that old black dude could have knocked his ass out clean if he really wanted to. He held back that damn day. But nah, I wouldn't have. I would have absolutely fucking killed this dude if I wanted to. Like, no, this is not what I signed up for. But like, nah, I would have made sure he felt every fucking punch.
I just want to reiterate this. He was
like, he's just this dude is a fucking jackass, man.
Assaulting random people in a gym to pad a fake boxing record. However, all of these wins were considered legit by the UBF, or Underground Boxing Federation, which was founded by Charlie and is not recognized by literally anybody other than him.
Yeah, I remember this video right here where this dude, I don't know which game this dude was playing, but I think it was probably playing Beat Saber or whatever the fuck that shit is called, where you gotta tap all the buttons in rhythm to the keyboard in game or whatever the case. But yeah, he was losing, and then he fucking he smashed his monitor in, which, I mean, you know, sucks for that guy because monitors are pretty fucking expensive. And also, because of the video quality, I'm going to imagine this is probably in the late 2000s or like maybe 2012, 2011, like early 2010s. This is what this video quality strikes me as. So, you already know he probably can't afford that shit. And on top of that, like, what I was also paying attention to is the other holes in his walls. Like, where did that come from? Did he punch all those holes in his walls, or did it cave in? You know, it's like,
He also talks mounds of shit.
Yes. It absolutely makes me so happy to see these dudes who talk all of this shit just get their assholes blasted. Super pause on that statement, but just to get the shit knocked out of them, or just you know, get their whole shit just destroyed, knowing full well they can't back up what they say. It is absolutely hilarious and so fun to see this happen to those types of people.
After padding his record a bit by fighting fathers who were attempting to use the treadmill on their day off, he decided to start calling out professional boxers. This included Floyd Mayweather Sr.,
Bro, come on, man. You already knew he was gonna lose.
Who he challenged to a boxing match at the Mayweather gym. After getting lit up, Charlie pretended to quit, only to sucker punch Floyd afterwards.
That was a bitch move right there.
Being in his gym, it went just as you'd expect.
There There we go. Yes. Incredible. Absolutely incredible, bro. Thank you for jumping in and fucking this dude up. Cause this, like, bro, you can't be that, like, what the fuck did this nigga expect was gonna happen, bro? You can't just, you challenge the old dude to a fight, you know, Floyd Mayweather Sr., which, listen, you already knew he was gonna, like, Floyd Mayweather Sr., like, listen, you already know that the old dude was gonna win the fucking fight, right? But, like, bro, why did he go up and sucker punch dude like that, though, after he just said that he quit? Like, no, bro. Like, you Jesus. But yeah, I like how the other dude came in and just beat the shit out of Cuz. That was funny. I like that. I like that a lot. There we go.
He also challenged one of the consensus hardest hitters in boxing history, Deontay Wilder, to a fight. And Charlie spewed some vile stuff at him, calling him racial slurs, threatening to murder him in front of his daughter. I mean, not even really trash talk, just vile shit. Obviously, this is stupid to say to anybody, but we are talking about one of the hardest punchers in boxing history, who at this point had 31 wins and 0 losses.
Damn.
So Wilder brought him in, got him to sign a waiver, and they
yes. Yeah, I already know how this is gonna go. Yeah, this nigga gonna get his shit spanked.
had their match. And the result was stunning. I'm actually stunned to even know this. You wouldn't believe it. Wilder completely brutalized Charlie. And then
Beautiful. And on that note, we are going to end the video. Absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely fucking incredible. Well, that's about it. See ya.